Oh no.
Hello and welcome to your CWL weekly recap with NL. I'm your host, Tooth, with your co-host,
Revenge.
That's that guy. We're here to talk about everything CWL, what happened this week, what's going to happen next week, all the good shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, first topic of the week, I think the most important storyline is Midnight, a team that went 6-0 in the qualifier, continuing that streak, and they are now 4-0 in the Pro League, beating Optic with a sub, EG, Red Reserve, and I can't remember the fourth one.
Potentially the
No, I don't think LG lost yet.
Robot is approaching their
Anyways.
base.
to them. That's a very good point for Luminosity.
Very good point. They haven't lost
Hostiles are
yet to
destroying
Midnight.
the robot.
So, technically,
They've
versus
disabled the
Midnight,
robot.
they're 0-0, which is even compared to the rest of the league, which is better than their actual record of 0-3.
Robot status is green.
Just absolutely struggling. I don't know what is going on.
We pulled
You
ahead.
think with Gunless and
Something's up.
Formal,
Stay
you
in the
think
zone.
you'd be able to
We're going
pull
around
some wins
again.
together, but apparently you can't because John's
There's
inconsistent.
There's some maps where Gunless goes off and he gets streaks, but it's either he goes off or he doesn't get forward, and I think that's one of the main problems. There's no middle ground for it. They're doing really bad or he's going off, and you need to
Don't
have
allow
a
the hostile
consistent
robot into our
play
base.
from him.
The problem is they rely too much on Gunless
Enemy
and being
robot
Gunless. Formal's always consistent, a top AR, but then you have Slacked and Classic, and they don't know what they're doing.
Supplies.
And John's,
First come, first served.
I mean, he's playing well at times, and then at other times he's just playing like butt. There's nothing better to describe it. He's just playing bad.
They're just not looking like the LG from previous years. They're obviously not happy.
Or
with
are
their
they? I
performance
mean-
so far.
We've seen LG like struggle in the Pro League in years before, and then only turn it up at tournaments. I mean, is LG destined to just be a tournament team?
I
Is the
mean,
problem?
it's got
problem-
potential for that, but it's hard to picture a Pro League without LG because they've been a main name for so long. But
It's not.
maybe it's finally coming to a point where they can't compete with some of the bigger teams.
It's not that they can't compete with the bigger team. It's just they don't do well in a Pro League thing. I mean, last year the same thing. They finished out mediocre almost in the Pro League, and then they finished off with strong runs in tournaments and do well there. They just can't do well in the Pro League for whatever reason it is. And last year's team was a completely different LG. I mean, different
Yeah,
players.
definitely. I mean, Roster Mania hit pretty hard for almost all teams, but hit pretty hard for them.
And then on the other hand, you have Reciprocity. They're 1-3 with their only win against Luminosity. I mean, you got to win on the board, but it's against.
Reciprocity was a team that I personally thought was going to do good in Pro League. They're going to show up. They're that EU team, and they just haven't looked good. Their only
It's not-
win is to LG.
It's not that they haven't looked good. It's just that we can't win when Tommy is getting fully streaked out, which is ridiculous.
You can't rely on one guy, and Tommy's doing the best he can. Tommy's been a maniac.
Well,
When the
Tommy
rest of
goes
the team
off, Weskin goes off, everybody goes off. They just don't win somehow. I don't know how you lose Respawn when you have fully streaked out by multiple people on the same team. I mean, the other night they were playing EG and they barely won, and they had 3 sets of full streaks from Tommy.
I mean, you have to pick up those wins. It seems like it's an easy thing to do, but somehow they're not getting them. There's kind of no excuse for them to not get those wins.
Hostile system intrusion has been detected.
It's really not, but like, and the Europeans, I mean, Red Reserve hasn't lost to a European team yet, but like,
have been infected by an enemy hacker.
is that really such a stat to be proud of? Considering they can't win against North American teams.
The hostile robot is on the move.
UIU.
UIU is they're not really doing, they don't have a great record, but they face some of the top teams. So with that regard, their 1-2 record isn't as bad as some of the teams.
But again, their 1-2 record comes from beating Luminosity, who has no wins. I mean, you can say, if they played any other team than LG, you could say they'd be 0-3 right now.
Well, they did play, their 2 losses were to Optic, which they took through Game 5, so I feel like they should be proud of that, even with Zuma, with all the roles. They should still be proud of taking Optic through Game 5, and then the other team was Midnight, which...
I'd be proud of taking Optic to Game 5 if it wasn't the first day of rolls. Like the roll switch. It wasn't the first day, it was the second day. And they barely beat them. Or lost. They barely dragged it out through Game 5. And in those S&Ds, it wasn't even close.
It's just, yeah. It was their best chance. When you gotta take advantage of that. If a team has difficult role switching right now because they have a sub, you have to take advantage of that. And they somewhat did take into them to Game 5. I feel like the roles weren't all messed up. Optic probably would have easily 3-0'd that game. So they did take a little bit of advantage, but you have to win that series.
I mean, and then this is the week to beat Optic. This is the only week you would have been able to beat Optic at all. They get Dashi back next week. He's good. They're not losing. They're not. I mean, I know Midnight's 4-0, but like with Dashi, with Karma playing like he is and Scump back to his normal Sog self, it's gonna be ridiculous. Everybody
I'm
keeps playing.
extremely interested to see an Optic with Dashi versus Midnight. I think that would be an insane series the way Midnight's playing right now. And obviously, Dashi's Dashi. I mean, the kid's insane.
I mean, we even saw the tweet earlier in the day from Karma saying Dashi is the most consistent Slayer he's ever been with. He's never had somebody else who he can just rely on to go out and slay as much as Dashi does. He happily said he'll take a hit to his stats just for Dashi because he knows Dashi's gonna do it. He has full trust in Dashi, and he said it's like realistically the first time he's ever had that full trust.
It seems like a completely 100% different Optic team just from one player being gone, and yes, the roles are being switched, yes, everything's a little bit messed up, but I didn't expect to take that much of a hit on that team because of how veteran those players are. They should be able to be comfortable switching roles. They really just weren't.
I mean, they were. I mean, realistically, if you look at it, yeah, the first week, the first game versus Midnight, they looked terrible. But that's the first night with the sub that you got in the night before. Probably haven't scrimmed more than like 4 or 5 series. And you're expected to play against Midnight? I mean, that's not going to end well. Second night, UIU, they show improvement there. They take him to a Game 5 and win it at least. Then, EG, they just... I mean, it's closer with EG, but they still winning out. And then, Team Breck. It was a 3-0. It looked closer for the first 2 maps, but then that third map, they were just playing like Optic Gaming plays. Straight domination.
Completely, like they never lost Dashi, never had to switch roles.
Don't allow the
And
hostile robot into our base.
the more they're playing, obviously, the more they're getting
Hostile robot has
roles,
rebooted.
but I think it's really gonna start showing. once Dashy gets back, and you're gonna see the old optic back for sure.
I mean, they're looking pretty scary now. I mean, with the old optic, it's going to be ridiculous. When Dashy comes back, there's just going to be no stopping them. Which is why all those teams that should have won this week aren't going to be able to, because they missed their chance. Dashy's going to be back, and they're just going to get domed.
That was easily the best chance. Also, one of the teams doing really well in the Pro League so far is Gen G. And right now, when I was looking up all the games, all the scorelines, I saw that they were consistently winning 3-1. That kind of stood out to me. If they're winning every game 3-1, that means, you know, potentially losing all those maps on one game mode. They just have to practice that game mode, and they'll be a completely dominant team.
The hostile robot
Yeah, I
has been
just
disabled.
feel like with right now the league's looking like it's gonna be Midnight, Gen G, and Optic, and it's gonna be interesting to see how that tape shapes out. You know, with possibly Dashy coming back next week, and Midnight playing like Midnight. You know, it's gonna be difficult to see and predict how Gen G's gonna end up doing.
Like, I feel like that top 3 is kind of pretty much solid. But the 4th spot is really just up to grabs for one of the teams that's not performing to just turn it on and perform. And that's who's going to take that 4th place spot.
I think as soon as Team Reciprocity doesn't have to play Red Reserve, they'll start off the week with a better next week, and they get a better start to the week instead of just getting 3-0'd by Red Reserve, and it'll just be a better week for them. And I mean, like, when they got beat by Red Reserve, it was miserable. And then Scraps just came over with all smiles, just rubbing it in their face almost. You know, it's been hard for them to play good that week at all when that's what they're dealing with, you know?
It's very interesting to see how this maps out
Mission objectives green across the board.
over the next week, because really, with the Pro League right now, there's no middle ground teams. There's teams that are doing good, and then there's teams that are just underperforming. That's it. There's no team kind of in the middle ground.
I mean, I look up. I think that's it. Okay, we're good. Nope, we need to close it out though.